Tosca comments we discussed.
Tosca commanders.
Tosca component. Okay.
Sections of Tosca.
Sections of Tosca. Next.
One test case.
So we just executed one test case, end-to-end test case execution, correct?
Yes.
So team, I'll just recap all these things once again. I'll already document is ready with our. I'm just giving an explanation. Okay. So yesterday we had a discussion of Tosca component, and I just explained what is Tosca commander, what is executor, what is CI, and what is wizard, and which version onwards this wizard is not available in a Tosca commander. Okay. So coming to the components and phases of Tricentis Tosca commander, these all are the phases of Tosca commander. Okay. And this Tosca commander is acting as a test automation and test management tool. See, I mentioned here very clearly, this Tosca automation is acting as a test automation and a test management tool. That means we can maintain end-to-end our requirements. We'll maintain our end-to-end requirements, test planning, and issues, bug raising, everything we achieve in a Tosca commander. But instead of working in a Tosca commander, the Tricentis is giving a flexibility to work with the management and the automation. But we not use this management activity team. So we always use this one for only automation testing purpose. Okay. Coming to the testing purpose, so what are the phases we are going to use to test the applications? These four are the phases. One is the module is the phase, another one is test case is the phase, execution, and test case design. Okay. So next point, what are the point? The next one is where we are getting a requirement of our automation department. So if you're working as an automation test engineer team, so you'll get requirement from the manual testing department. Okay, who are working as a manual tester. So what are the test cases they build in a test case template? We get that requirement as a in automation point of. Okay. So once get the requirement, what is our responsibilities? First of all, we have to understand the test case functionality. To understand the functionality, do at least one manual run on that particular test case. After understanding the functionality, then start working on Tosca point of view. And we executed this entire test case end-to-end flow, correct? Now my question is, what are the phases we use to test the application? Test automation point of view, what are the phases we are going to use?
Test case, execution, modules,
Okay.
test design.
So the first one is module, right?
Yeah.
Second one is test
Test
case.
case,
Third one is
execution,
execution. What is the last one?
test case design.
Reporting.
What is that?
Reporting. Is
Test
it
case
reporting?
design.
Testing point of view, I'm asking.
That's testing. Okay.
What is the last one?
Test case design.
Test case design. So why we are using the, what is the use of this test case design? I think I explained yesterday. What is the use?
To maintain the data, test data,
Exactly. To maintain the
test data.
data. Okay. So in Tosca, we have these many possible ways to design the test data. Okay. One is directly you can create your test data in a test case designing level. Another one is test data services. It is the Tosca cloud. The third one is Excel workbook. Please keep in mute. These all are the different possible ways we have in Tosca. Okay. Once we understand the requirement, our first activity is here, create the module based on the business requirement. Because the test case development is always depends upon module section, correct?
Yes.
Test case is always having a dependency on module, that is
Module.
so must you have to create the modules first. So once we done the module creation and test case development, then what is the last step? drag and drop to
Execution.
execution list
Execution.
and do execution. So this is the drag and drop activity and execution workflow, test case workflow in a Tosca team. So first we create the module, then we do the development of test case, and then we do the execution. That's it. What about this test data? We just map this particular test data to the test case. Any one of these team, not all. Okay. May you use the test case designing section to design the data, may use the test data services, or may you work with the Excel work. So this is completely depends upon project. So project to project, this will be varied. Okay. So don't worry, we discuss all these three possible ways to design the test data. Clear? I'll explain all these three possible ways to how to design test data in a test case designing, how to design test data in a test data services, and Excel workbook. This is what the workflow. Clear this part?
Anusha, is the test data services and Excel workbook are subset of that test case design component, or
No,
these are individual components?
individual components.
So in that case, we should assume we are having 6 components or 4 components, what you have mentioned as.
So why these components? See, this is the individual. Test case designing is a part of Tosca Commander. Okay.
Okay.
If I open this Tosca Commander, you're able to see here the test case design, but you are not able to see test data services. Getting my point?
Yeah.
Inside this Tosca Commander, we are not able to see the test data services. The thing is, the first point is here. Test case designing is the component. When you come across the test data services, this is the Tosca cloud, or you can say like a Tosca server. We just maintain our data into Tosca server level. That is nothing but test data services. Anyway, we know this Excel workbook. Excel workbook is nothing but we just maintaining our test data in our local system, and then we are uploading that data. We are just mapping that data to test case. Clear?
Which one is
Is this
preferable, Anusha, in real time? Which one is preferable in real time?
It always depends, team. So some of the projects, the people are working in test case designing. Some of the projects, the people are using test data services. So couple of the project, so Excel, no one use this particular Excel workbook. So most of the people work with the test case designing and test data services. That's it.
Okay.
Can you
actually is this test sheets, or is it related to test sheets like in Commander? You say test case design and test case data service, right? So is this the kind of test sheets you are saying?
The test
Hello.
case designing, test data services. So understand one point here. What are the test data? Test case designing is the number of test sheets we are creating in a test case designing level itself. Okay.
Okay.
At a
Okay.
server level, so this is the Tosca cloud. Directly will connect to the Tosca server. It is a software as a service. We do have one URL for Tosca server. So we just connect to the server and we prepare the data here and we retrieve the data to test case level. The last one is the Excel workbooks. We just maintaining our entire test cases into local system and then we are importing the data to test case.
Okay.
Okay. So these three are the three different ways. One is the component. This test case designing is the component. Test data services is the Tosca server and Tosca cloud. Excel workbook is the local file. Clear?
So exact difference between test case design component and test case component means what we can understand. Means in test case design, will we design the test cases, or else in the test case component we will design the test case?
So test case is the component to design the test case development, everything. Okay. Test case is the main phase to design the test case development, number of workflows, everything. I just yesterday explained one scenario, right? So at the time of doing a test case development, have you observed couple of things we are hard coding like email IDs, password, and if you go up, that's URLs. We are just passing directly here, correct?
Correct.
So if you are passing directly here, that means it is a hard coded value. Okay. If any one of our team members are working, every time it takes only this email ID, this password. Coming to real-time point of view, we do test the application with the different email IDs, different passwords, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a kind of data. What are the email ID I entered here? That is the data. Okay, what we do, we just maintain this data into test case designing. For example, I'll give you a sample sheet here already I created. Are you able to see here? The data is created.
Yes.
Email ID data. So once we prepare the data here itself, and then we'll we connect this test data to test case, because in test case itself only, right, we are passing the test data.
Okay.
So test case itself, we are passing the data, correct?
Okay.
So we are just mapping that data after preparing in a test case design. This is the one way. So the another one is test data services. That is the Tosca cloud or Tosca server access we require to work with the test data services. The third one is Excel workbook. If you are having an Excel workbook in your laptop, if you maintain your test data in Excel level, yes, we can import this Excel data to our test case. Clear?
Yeah.
Tested data is nothing but what are the information you are passing in this particular column level. That is that is nothing but test data. Okay.
Okay.
We're just maintaining the test data into either test case designing level or test data services level or Excel workbook level. Clear?
Yes.
What about others, Tim? This is clear for everyone?
Yes, Anuja.
So this is what the workflow we do follow in real time. Okay, these three are the three possible ways. Okay, so I'll explain all these three possible ways. Okay, based on the each phase explanation, which one you are feeling better, you can pick that and you can explain that procedure in interview's point of view. Getting? So I'll discuss this module section, test case section and execution and test case designing and test data services and Excel workbook, test data design. Okay. This is what the workflow. And yesterday already we saw how to create a module and how to do the test case development, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I think I missed to explain a couple of things in yesterday's class team. If you see the Tosca commander, each page is segregated with 3 categories. In Tosca commander, so total, let us take a module section. So each phase, I'm just telling for one module team, but each phase separated with 3, like can I say like 3 phases or 3 sections. So the first one is left pane hierarchy. So second one is detailed view. Okay. Third one is properties pane. Not only for module section team, all 10 sections, all 10 phases. So what are the phases we are seeing this Tosca commander level? Each phase is separated with the 3 categories. One is hierarchy pane and detailed view, properties pane. Let me show you how it looks like. If I go to Tosca commander, I'm just going back to this properties pane. Are you able to see here the 3 sections? Let me highlight that. So what are the things I'm highlighting? This is the hierarchy pane. Okay. And the middle one is the detailed view. The right side one is the properties pane. Clear? So this is the properties pane, and this is the detailed view, and this is the hierarchy pane. So not only the module section team. If you are seeing a test case section, see test case level also, this is segregated with 3 subcategories, right? Requirements, 3 sections. Test case designing. Yes, here also you can see the left side one is the hierarchy pane, the middle one is the detailed view, and the right side one is the properties pane. If you go to our execution list, see this is the execution list, hierarchy pane, detailed view, and properties pane. This is the properties pane. And if you go to the configurations, yes. Issues, yes. Test planning, yes. Data integrity, yes. So when I'm selecting each phase, are you able to see 3 kind of separations, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the first one, this is the hierarchy pane. So this is the hierarchy pane. So the middle one, what are the thing middle one you are seeing here? This one is a detailed view. Detailed view. So because this is the naming convention detailed. So the law, this one is the properties pane. Clear?
Yes.
If you go to any section, you're able to see these 3 subcategories. Okay. And even bottom of the screen, are you able to see one thing I'm highlighting here? What is the status here?
Ready.
Ready is the status. So this one we are calling as a status bar. Status bar. If you are applying any activity, so you can see always that particular activity in a status bar itself only. Let me show you. I'm just applying here. Update all. I just did a click operation on update. Are you able to see something is changing here, left side bottom of the screen?
Yes. Update all finished.
Finished. So if I apply check-in all, see the check-in all is finished. The bottom of the screen, if you want to see the status of your particular activity, you can see that particular activity in the left side bottom of the screen, that is a status bar. Okay. Clear tip, these 3 parts?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so let me take, I'm just highlighting only one section. Are you able to see I highlighted only one section? I just highlighted only one section. This section is we are calling as a dynamic tab. This section we are calling as a dynamic tab. Why we are calling this one as a dynamic tab? I'll tell you. So in the bottom of the screen, which phase is selected here?
Yes, yes.
Test case phase. We are in a test case phase section level, right? Now tell me, if I go to the module section.
Yeah.
If I go to module section, I'm just doing click operation on this particular module. Are you able to see the module page is changed here?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
If I'm going to the requirement, so the requirement is changed, right? Requirement tab is reflected. So below, what are the phase, what are the section you are selecting here? Based on your selection, always it changes dynamically. That is the reason we are calling only this particular tab as a dynamic tab, and rest of the things are static. Clear?
Clear. Yes.
Okay. If I'm going to the test case designing, now you're able to see test case designing tab is reflected. If I go to that execution list, execution tab is reflected, right? If I go to the issues, so nothing is declared here. Test planning, this is the test planning tab. If I go to data integrity tab is reflected. So based on our selection team, this tab name is always changing. That is the reason we are calling this one as a dynamic tab. Clear?
Yes.
Chalo. And next one is, go to the home tab. So these all are the features. I'll explain these all the features later. So up to here, any questions? The Tosca commander, number of phases, and each phase is segregated with the 3 subcategories. One is left pane hierarchy, detailed view, and properties pane. And we just had a discussion of dynamic tab. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'll discuss one point with you, that is a creation of project. So these are all the features you are able to see inside the project. But before entering to the project, must you have to create the project, right? Hmm? So creation of the project. How to create a project in Tosca? To create the project in Tosca, 2 ways. One is create a new project. So you can create directly new project. Another one is join to the existing project. That means already project is created. You are just joining to that particular existing project. These are the 2 subcategories. So if I discuss creation of new project, if you want to create a new project, what are the prerequisites here? Let me open my Tosca Commander page. I'm just closing this project. Go to Home tab and click on Close. I'm just closing this workspace. I'll show you how to create the project. I'm just log into the project team. I'll show you how to create a project in Tosca. Okay. Because the creation of project is also part of the Tosca only team. You should know what are the features available and what are the things is recommended in a real time. Okay. Let me open new Tosca Commander. So currently I'm using Tricentis Tosca 15.0 version 2. Yeah. So see here, once you open Tosca Commander in your laptop, you are able to see this kind of window. The backend you are able to see, right? So this is the window you are able to see. Let me highlight these things. Yeah. So if you open Tosca Commander, this kind of window we are able to see it. The first one is here, it is the recent projects. So that means this Tosca repo is one project, 7 AM repo is one project, Anusha repo is another project, 11 AM project, 7 AM project, Zomato, sample demo, Bank of India. Everything is a different projects. Okay. These all are existing projects. Existing means already these projects are created. Okay. When if you want to join to this, that is a different. First, we discuss how to create a project. To create the new project team, always go to this create new option. Here you are able to see the create new option. Okay. Click on create new. And here, so this create new workspace, see here, create new workspace is separated into 2 subcategories. The first subcategory is here, common repository, and another one is the workspace. Are you able to see? Inside this common repository level, one field is added, and workspace level, rest of the fields are added. Correct?
Yes.
So team, we always create the project in a common repository. So here 2 types of repositories. At the time of creation of project, we always select the repository type. The first one is here. The first one is here. Single user repository. Only one person is going to work on this. And the second one is multi-user repository. Or you can call shared repository. Or you can call common repository. So these all are the different terminologies too. So we just call all these three. Single user means only one person. Only one person is working on this particular project. Only one person is working on this particular project. Now tell me, in real time, are we going to use a single user or multi-user?
Multi-user.
Multi-user.
Multi-user, because the team is more than one people, right? Always. So we always use the multi-user environment to create the project. To create a multi-user environment, so we have to select a database option. What is that? Database option. No need to install this database in your laptop. No need to do anything. So this database backend team will take care of all these things. So we have to select that option from the drop-down. That's it. In this DB options, 4 databases is available. One is SQLite, another one is Oracle, and third one is MS SQL Server. Last and final one is DB2. Let me show you in a Tosca Commander itself. Are you able to see here?
Yes.
So what is the option default it is selected?
Single user workspace. None of them
User
selected.
So none. If you don't want to select, default keep it as a single user workspace. But single user workspace is not recommended in real time, right?
Yes.
Yes, right. So if
Yes.
you do click operation on this blue down arrow, are you able to see the databases options which I explained to you?
Yes.
Okay. Now select any one of these databases. If you select any database, I'm just selecting here SQLite database. Are you able to see one option is enabled default? What is that option? Use.
This repository.
But we are creating existing repository or new repository?
Existing.
New repository.
New repository, right? We're just creating a new project, correct? At the time of creation, I just explained 2 categories. One is create new project, another one is join to the existing repository. Now tell me which repository we are creating now?
New.
New repository. If you're creating a new repository, this option must be deselect, right?
Yes.
We have to deselect this particular option and then enter your project name. So I'm just entering my project name is 9:30. So I'm just giving 9 a.m. April. This is what my project. What is that? 9 a.m. April. So after selecting this particular 9 a.m. April, so go to workspaces level. So workspace name is reflected here, right?
Yes.
Yes. 9 a.m.
9 a.m. April. So here must you have to select this option at the time of creation of new project. If you're creating a new project, must you have to select this option. If you are creating a new project, must you have to select this option. What is the meaning of this use workspace template thing? So yesterday at the time of automating, I just said Tricentis is giving some predefined standard modules for all application categories. Open URL, T-box weight. I just dragged and dropped those modules to my test case, right, to do the development.
Yes.
Yes.
To get that particular standard module subset, always use this particular checkbox. Getting?
Yeah.
If you select this checkbox, then only it import that entire subset to your project. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to select this one and then click on OK. So the project is loading team. So which repository type I selected? Multi-user, right? So if it is multi-user, must we have to enter our credentials, correct?
Yeah.
Username
Yes.
and password. So I don't have any credentials. What I'm doing, I'm just creating a admin and password. I'm just logging with the admin. Username is admin, password is empty. No need to enter anything here. Click on login. Okay. So after opening a project, are you able to see the test case phase, modules phase, execution phase? Every phase is separated with the 3 subcategories. What is this left one?
Left hierarchy.
This is the left pane hierarchy. Okay.
Hierarchy.
The middle one is
Detailed
Detailed
view.
view.
detail view. Right one is
Properties.
Properties.
but if you go to any section, you're able to see all these things, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what the project creations do. Okay. So what is the project name which I created now? 9 AM project, right? If you want to see that particular project, go to Home tab. So this is the project option. You have to select this project. If I do click operation in this particular project, are you able to see number of pages here as well? So Tim, you're able to see the number of phases in a project level as well, right? So
Yes.
understand this 9 AM APR April is in our project, and these all the phases are part of the project. Okay, these all phases part of the project. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So instead of working here directly, we just separated all the phases like this thing. And go to the module section. And in this module section, are you able to see standard module folder is added?
Yes.
Standard module.
Yes, this is the standard module folder only, right? Number
Yes.
of standard module, subset related modules, every module is added here. Okay. Because why this feature is added? At the time of creation of project, we just selected that checkbox, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That is the reason standard module subset is added. Okay. So in real time, so which repository type we work? Multi-user repository. So inside the multi-user, which database option we are taking to create a project?
SQLite or DB2 or
SQLite. Okay, and one more point here, Tim. This SQLite, what are the SQLite I'm telling here? This is only for learning purpose. Getting? This is only for learning purpose. So what is the SQLite you are seeing here? This is only for learning purpose. Okay. So coming to real-time point of view, we always use the Oracle or MS SQL Server or DB2, any one of these. Clear? So this is only for learning purpose. This is a replica of these databases. I'll show you how to create a project for MS SQL Server as well. But SQLite is clear for everyone, T?
Yes.
Yes.
Now I'll tell you how to create a project for MS SQL Server. But at the time of creating a project for MS SQL Server, I'll use existing repository option. Okay. Even at the time of joining existing repository option also must we have to select the DB option. Okay. At the time of selecting, here I'm selecting MS SQL Server. Okay. So I have this particular connection string team. Let me capture that connection string. and we use that. Just give me 1 minute. I'm just capturing that connection string. So to work with the MS SQL Server, must we require this connection string? I just mentioned here one connection string. Everyone able to see? So which server you are using, what is the database, and what is the user ID and password? Instead of giving a user ID password, I just mentioned here integrated security equal to true. Okay. Now team, let me show you how to work with this. So go to this particular project. So even to join to the project also, we always use this particular create new option. So what is the repository type I mentioned here? MS SQL, right?
Yes.
Select. So can I uncheck this one?
No.
We are just joining to the existing repository, right? Okay. So if we select MS SQL Server DB2 or Oracle, must you have to enter here the connection string. Are you able to see a new field is added, that is a connection string? Okay. So if you click on this question mark, must it ask the what is the server, what is the database, and what is the user ID, and what is the password? Must we have to pass this connection string to? How to get this connection string? Just connect with your test lead or test manager. They directly give this connection string to you to join to the project. Getting? So without entering anything, if I'm testing this connection, see, definitely throw an error message like connection is invalid. See, the network related instance MS SQL Server, the connection is not established properly because we are not entered any server, any database details, any user ID and password details as well. Okay. In case if you are selecting your type of repository as Oracle, see, even Oracle level also, connection string, what are the data is required for connection string? Data source, user ID, password. In case if you are using a DB2, so for DB2 also server database user ID password is required. Clear? Any
Yes.
questions on this? This particular one, no questions, right?
Yes.
Tim, simple. So we just select option from the drop down. So for connection string, just ping to the test lead or test manager to join to the Tosca project. I required this connection string. They directly give this connection string to you. So you can copy paste that connection string here and then click on test connection. Once you do a click operation on test connection, see the connection is valid now. Clear?
Yes.
So if connection is valid, no need to do any other activity. If connection is not valid, if connection is not established, then directly will ping to the lead. So I'm unable to connect to the MS SQL Server, getting this error. So they do some backend activities to give a proper authorizations to you to join to the existing project. Clear?
Yes.
Anusha, is this checkbox is mandatory or optional?
It's a mandatory. If you uncheck this one, that means you are creating a new project.
Okay.
If you have checked this one, that means you are joining to the existing project.
Okay.
Got it? Already project is created, someone is working. If you recently joined to that particular project, you require that particular project access, right? So to get that access, we use this existing repo checkbox option. Clear?
Yeah, but for new project also we use a database, right? In that case, how
Even same string. Connection string is common for creation of new project, creation of existing project.
yeah, I got no. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So connection string is common for creation of new project, existing project. In previous scenario, what I did, I just selected SQLite. For SQLite, there is no connection string. No need to give any connection string for SQLite. But this SQLite is only for learning purpose, right? In real time, we work with either Oracle database or MS SQL Server. So at the time of creating a project with the help of existing repository, must you have to enter this connection string. Okay.
Yeah, understood. Yeah, thanks.
Just enter the connection string here, test the connection. Once you test the connection, you have to see this message, your connection is valid. Clear? Got it, team?
Yes.
Now scroll down, bit down, and enter your project name. So I'm just entering my project name.
How
9:30.
do we deal branch in real time?
So this branching inside Tosca project will create n number of sub projects. Okay.
Mhm.
So to define the particular branch, we do have a feature to create a branches like GitHub.
Mhm.
Okay. So what this is the master branch. If any branch is created for different projects, they give that naming conversion here. We use that. So team, I'm just giving my project name is 9th at MS SQL Server.
Like everyone works under master.
Yeah, everyone is works under master, but we are not sure about this branch. Even this branch is disabled at the time of creation of project in real time.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they maintain these details at backend. Okay, so
Yeah.
they just give the connection string. We work on that, and everyone able to see here. Workspace template is enabled or disabled? Workspace template. Team.
It should be enabled.
Workspace template is in a disable mode, right?
Yeah, but for any project, it should be enabled, right?
So see, which type of project? We are just creating a project with existing repository, right? Getting my point?
Yes.
So we're
Yeah.
just creating a project with existing. That means already project is created. Couple of people are working on that. May they have this workspace template, right?
Yes, yes, they already used that. So
They
that's
are already using that. So that is the reason this option is in disable mode. If you are creating a new project, if you uncheck this existing repository, then this workspace template is enabled because you are creating a new project. Getting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for existing one, this workspace template is in disable because
Disable.
this is the existing repository or existing project. Okay. Yeah. After selecting this particular one team, directly click on OK. So now I'm just creating workspace with the existing common repository. Everything is updating here. You can see. Create new workspace common. So enter the username and password team. So what I'm doing, I'm just logging with my username, Anusha. And I'm just giving my password. I'll tell you how to create this user ID password, all this stuff, okay? Yes, the project is loading team. Yes. Hope. So are you able to see existing test cases, existing modules, everything?
Yes.
Because the couple of people are working and even this is acting as a multi-user environment, right?
Yeah.
So still couple of people are working. That is the reason we are able to see number of test cases, number of module sections also. So if I do update all, still I am able to see that. And one more thing you can also observe. Even MS SQL Server level also we are able to see these three phases, right? Hierarchy pane, detailed view, and properties pane.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So this is the module section. Just now I did a update all team. So I'll tell you what is update all, what is check in all, what is check out, what is check out. We'll discuss these things tomorrow. Okay. May take some time for me, more than 30 minutes to get full clarification on these four options. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to wait status bar level. Are you able to see the status here?
Window labels.
So you have to wait until the status is equal to ready. Now that ready is reflected, right?
Yes.
So now go to the test case. Are you able to see three phases, hierarchy, left pane, and detailed view?
Yeah.
Detailed and module section test cases. Are you able to find any differences from that particular SQLite repository and MS SQL Server repository point of view? I just opened two projects here. This 9 a.m. April one is the SQLite. Here 9 a.m. Tosca MS SQL Server is the SQLite MS SQL Server. Okay. If you see these two things are nothing, right? Seems like all the phases are same. Test planning, data integrity, and even we are able to see this dynamic tab as well, right?
Mhm.
There is no difference between SQLite and MS SQL Server team. The thing is we are just using a different repository type. That's it. Okay. Any questions?
Anusha, in general, in real time, for connecting this SAP or Salesforce application, what type of DB they
MS
sell?
SQL Server. Most of the projects, they choose only one option, MS SQL Server.
Okay. And one more thing is that when we create the repository, will all the resources will have access to that repository to the backend file?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm asking this question. Usually, I'm doing the postman testing. I will get the collection, and that collection will be a local copy of for me. So whatever the modifications I will do that to my API request, it will be as a local copy. But if we are giving this repository now this project to 10 resources, and if people are working and if they are making their own changes, then how it will be possible to track here the individual changes, or to keep the resource as individual copy? Is that, can you? Means
Yeah,
what I was trying is that suppose if I have a common repository, I have also access. By mistake, if I go and delete or if I do some modification to that repository, that will affect the other 9 members who are working on this project. So how that will be handled here?
yes. So the thing is, at the time of working in Tosca point of view, we can track each and every person's activities in Tosca commander level itself. Okay. That is the first point. And another one is if someone is doing the changes, if someone is editing or someone is deleting your script, yes, we'll definitely find that person who is working on this particular test cases. Okay. And if you see all of these modules and here right side, this one is created by Anusha and this one is edited by Anusha, so and so date. Are you able to see that? Admin person is working, Anusha is working. So at the time of working on a multi-user environment, we are not delete anything unnecessarily here. That is the first. Okay. If something is deleted, so we'll just do the tracking on that and we'll check with that particular person why these things are deleted from your side. So here we are just saving time to push that entire code. See, finally, even if you're working in a local system also, finally you have to push that entire code to any one of the repositories, right? Either Git, GitHub or Bitbuckets. Must we take any one repositories to push the code, correct?
Correct.
In Tosca point of view, such a kind of activities are not required because directly we are working in a repository level itself. Okay. Even if my team strength is 5 members, the 5 members are logged into the same project with different laptops and they're working here together. Okay. So what is the use of this one? So number of reusability is there. We can reuse the modules which is created by our team members. If you want to reuse the test case of others creation, yes, we can do that. Coming to the modification, delete everything. So we do have a backend tracking for that RAM. So we check with that. But in multi-user, we cannot delete anything unnecessarily. Okay.
Okay, so but now if I am using this repository, I will be creating a test case name as A. The other person who is using the same repository, he will be creating test case B. Will he be able to see my test cases also?
Yes.
Okay.
That person able to see your test cases. See, these all are the test cases is created by others, right? If I say straightforward.
Okay.
Just now I created this project with a name as 930 MS SQL Server. This is my naming conversion of this project, right? But when I join to this project, I'm able to see a couple of test cases, existing test cases, and some of the modules created, existing modules, correct? So what are the test case development? What are the executions you are doing? Everyone able to see that.
Okay.
Okay. For that, we do apply these activities. So I said, right, we'll discuss these activities tomorrow. We apply these activities to work on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Anisha, I have one question. Actually, regarding Tosca, I need to talk with personally. So, is it possible to get number or something? Is that possible? WhatsApp or number, something?
I'll ping you, Gokul. Okay.
Okay.
Ping you separately. And one more point here, team. So what is the project name I just mentioned at the time of creation of project? What is the project name I created?
I think some 9 a.m. or something.
9:30
MS
workspace.
SQL Server.
930 MS SQL
Yes.
Server, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And here, see team, see one thing here. What is the project? Which project I joined? Let me show you that. So if you go to this particular home tab and if you go to this project option, click on this project. So what is the main root project here? What is the root project?
Tosca project.
Tosca repo is the project name. But at the time of creation, I just mentioned something, what are the naming conversion, I'm feeling good. But finally, which project I joined here? Tosca repo.
Because
Clear?
it is existing one.
Got it? మీరు లోకల్గా ఏ నేమింగ్ అయినా యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు బట్ ప్రైమరీగా మనం జాయిన్ అయ్యే ప్రాజెక్ట్ నేమే ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది. And
But
one more updating. So 3 days free classes are completed. So today is the 3rd day and tomorrow onwards we do have regular classes and who are for next week. I'll tell you when you will join with the 7 a.m. batch. One is 7:30 a.m. only for online class and 11:30 a.m. This is only for offline class. So which one you are feeling better, you can choose the respective option from your side. Okay. So tomorrow onwards, I'll start the regular classes and check with the management and book your slots accordingly. We'll continue further. Yes, Aruna.
Anusha, if you do not mind, can you ping me to have a couple of questions regarding the experience and all? 2 days back, I asked you I would like to talk to you personally, and you told me to call me at 4 o'clock, but I could not make it. Could you please ping me too? I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anusha, same thing. Maybe whenever you are free, maybe I just need to connect with you for 2 minutes.
See, even I'm also working. Probably I'm free with the Saturdays, okay?
Mhm. Oh, that is fine. That is fine.
So for my free time, see, what is happening here, even I'm also working. So I'll just reach my office around 1 o'clock, 1 p.m., okay? So when I'm coming back to home around 9 p.m., 8 p.m., sometimes it's 10 p.m. also. So probably I'm free at Saturdays. You can call me at Saturday and we'll discuss that, okay?
Yeah. Even after they create WhatsApp group, then we can
Yeah,
interact.
definitely they'll create the WhatsApp group. But WhatsApp group, you cannot make a call, okay? We always discuss in a chat. Hmm?
Yeah.
Even if I'm in an office, if something is not getting from your side, then I'll ping you the solution for that. We'll
Yeah.
discuss. Otherwise, the next day class, definitely I'll raise that and I'll give you the clarification on that as well.
Yeah, I have joined for that 7:30.
Mm.
One last question, Anusha, regarding the license. So, do we need to get the email ID from others, or we can use the company's email ID? Does it cause any problem
For what?
for Tosca Commander?
Not required. We directly give the access from management side, right? No need to use anything from your side, okay? Directly they'll give you the access for Tosca Commander, Tosca license activation, everything, okay? So
But
you,
some chargeable, they said, like,
so that is taken care by management, right? Why you are bothering on that?
they said like for email ID they'll be charging a bit, but since we already have the company's email ID, so
That is for the
okay.
certification part, Ram.
Mhm.
So if you want to clear Tosca certification, must you require a business email ID. That is different.
Okay,
Okay, I'll tell you that.
got it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, team. So we'll connect tomorrow, same time. So, but team, this 11:30 batch is completely, what is that? Telugu language. సో మనకి తెలుగులో అర్థం కావాలనుకున్న వాళ్ళందరూ 11:30 బ్యాచ్ లో జాయిన్ అవుతున్నారు. సో మీరు తెలుగు కంఫర్టబుల్ అనుకుంటే 11:30కి జాయిన్ అవ్వండి. సో 11:30కి కానీ కొంతమంది ఆన్లైన్ ఉంటారు, చాలా మంది ఆఫ్లైన్ ఉంటారు. బోత్ ద థింగ్స్ ఇస్ పాసిబుల్. ఓకే. సో విచ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఇస్ ప్రిఫరబుల్ ఫర్ యూ, యూ కెన్ చూస్ దట్. ఓకే, చలో టీమ్, బై బాయ్.
Thank you, Anusha.
Thank you
Anusha.
all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you team, bye.
Bye.